Hey guys, we are on level 8, Underworld. Now I'm going to do something a little different here, and I'm going to get the Confusion card. You'll see why soon enough. And I'm going to get the Forgiveness card, because we're going to need it. Now, this first section is a bit tricky, and you'll see what I mean when we get to it. But yes, once you come off the minecart ride, you might want to stake that guy because, well, he's pretty near you and he's ready to shoot you, so yeah, you probably want to kill him immediately. The rest of them are best dealt with the shotgun freezer. Now, if you're really good with the Stakegun, you might want to use the Stakegun, but I like to stay on the move here because these enemies are using hit scan weapons. Now, unfortunately, these guys are not as strong as the guys in Leningrad, and they're called pirates, by the way, in case you're wondering. And there's different variants of pirates. I'm not really going to go into them. Let's put it this way. There's a melee variant, there's a shooting variant, and there's another one with dual pistols. So, yeah, and they can throw grenades as well, so they're pretty flexible in that sense. But, yeah, it can be pretty difficult to tell which is which at times, as they're all different, so, yeah, but they all look so similar. But, yeah, the shotgun freezer is the best choice for this bit, because, as you can see, the terrain is very rigid, which means it's pretty difficult to move around, so you want to kill them quickly without having to avoid all their shots, but you also kind of want to stay on the move at the same time. It's a bit tricky, like I said, it's not the easiest area to deal with. I mean, this level is probably one of the trickier ones, and you'll see what I mean soon enough, but yeah, the target card for this level is to kill every single enemy, and well, we'll get to that soon enough as well. But yes. Anyways, this next section you want to use the Boltgun because there's going to be a lot of enemies in here. That enemy over there is a Bossman, and they have the tendency to scream at you and, well, not really scream, but they have the tendency to, like, yell and grunt a lot. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, you want to take as many enemies as you can out with the Boltgun because, yeah, the less enemies you have to deal with here, the better. And that guy decided it was a good idea to dodge my Boltgun shot. And yeah, as you can see, they can still be pretty deadly. But I like to deal with that guy, and yeah, there's not too much ammo, but if you got the ammo box, you should have a little bit. And now I'm going to go straight in and just try to stay on the move. It can be quite difficult because of the terrain, unfortunately, being so rigid and all that. And yeah, another thing you have to worry about is that enemies are on, like, enemies are kind of higher up or lower down. Like, verticality plays a big part in this level, and you're going to see that. Well, you're already seeing it pretty much, like, so basically you want to keep your eye out for enemies above you as well as on the same level as you, so yeah. And since they all have, well, since these guys, well, I nearly got blown up there. I mean, the Bossman are for the most part alright, even though they can be deadly because those grenades can travel quite far. But the pirates, yeah, they have hit scans, so yeah, you do want to kind of stay on the move if you want to not get hit by that. But yeah, you also want to pay attention to the Bossmen because they can be pretty lethal. And you want to use the freezer on them because it is the best way, at least for now. But yeah. Anyways, grabbing all the gold, and there's barrel there. And over here, where we picked up this armor, is a secret area. Yeah. Lots of gold there. A lot of gold you can get from this level. Oh boy, yes. There is a lot of gold you can get from this level. And yeah, I'm trying to pick up the gold there. This level is basically a treasure hunt. That's basically what this level is for the most part. And I'm not going to get all the secrets in this level because, well, some of them are a bit of a pain to get, so I'm just not going to bother with them. And I don't know all of them, so yeah. Anyways, this is the section which kind of makes the tarot card a little bit more difficult because you have to kill every single enemy in the level to get the tarot card. Now, the best way to do this is to equip Confusion and the Scepter, and they'll just kill each other. And since the Scepter, like, lowers their HP to 1, they'll all kill each other in one hit, and they all have hit scan weapons as well, which just makes things even better. and you'll have enemies die without you even having to shoot a single bullet. But I do like to have Demon Morph as well, just because, why not? I might as well just keep it on, because, fuck it, it's good. But, yeah, for the most part, just use the Chaingun and try to kill as many of them as you possibly can. And, yeah, that one guy is just there on that little bridge there. So, yeah, keep an eye out for a few sparkly things, because you're going to see a lot of secrets in these little areas, because you can actually go back to this area and grab those secrets later on. So yeah, you do want to keep an eye out for them, but for the most part you want to make sure you kill all the enemies, and you'll basically be able to tell that you've killed all the enemies in this section when the music just cuts out, and yeah, it should cut out any minute now. But yeah, you can see one of the secrets there. I'm not going to get that secret because it's a bit of a pain in the ass to get, so yeah, I'm not going to go there. Anyways, we're going to meet another familiar face here. These are the slave enemies that you fought in Dead City, and yeah, we're just going to run over them. Yep, roadkill. This is basically the opposite of Looney Park. Whereas in Looney Park, you're trying to avoid killing enemies. In this, you want to kill all the enemies, so yeah. And there's a Bossman, and I like to do this section without the tarot cards because, like, as long as you do it in the order that I'm doing it in, you shouldn't really have too much of an issue. Just be sure to kill that pirate on that little wooden platform quickly, because otherwise you're going to get screwed. And yeah, here's the next section where you want to use your tarot cards. And yeah, they'll mostly end up killing each other anyways, but just in case, just keep firing with the Demon Morph so that they can die. And yeah, I just think it's the fastest way to do it. And you should have 81 kills. If you have 81 kills, then congratulations. Once you beat the level, you unlock the tarot card, and it's a pretty damn good tarot card as well. So yeah. Anyways, that's the minecart section out of the way, so time to go to the second half of the level, which is kind of like a mausoleum. So you go from a mine shaft into a mausoleum, which I find is pretty cool. Like, it keeps things nice and varied. And yeah, you want to get through this little area here. But there's some gold to get from it, so it's not all bad. And there's plenty of ammo to get. You'll need that later. Well, the heater ammo at least. Anyways, this section might appear to be pretty straightforward at first, but eventually you're going to encounter another new enemy. And when you do, you're going to want to be very careful. That enemy over there that I just killed with the freezer, that's a Voodoo Priest. They are the second hardest enemies in the game, in my opinion. Yes, they are harder than the Russian officers, but not as tough as the Russian soldiers, in my opinion, and the German soldiers, because, yeah, sure, they deal more damage, but they're a lot easier to hit, whereas the Russian soldiers, they're thinner and harder to hit. But yeah, I use Demon Morph here, and there's another variant of Bossman. They are like a mortar variant, and they can be pretty deadly, because unlike the Bossman that shoots grenades, where you can kind of see the grenades, those guys kind of shoot like sort of rocket projectiles or something. I'm guessing that it's a mortar projectile or something, but yeah, you basically can't see it, and it's more or less going to land on you regardless, so you want to kill them quickly. And I use the flamethrower on these guys, as it's easy enough to deal with them. And now we're going to get surrounded by Voodoo Priests, and you're going to see just how devastating these enemies are. They can hit you from pretty much anywhere, so they're worse than Hitscan. But fortunately there aren't too many of them to deal with, so you shouldn't have too much of a problem. In fact, I'd say this is probably the hardest area for the Voodoo enemies, because of the verticality and the fact that there's a ton of them. Yeah, this area is probably the worst for these enemies, if you ask me. But as long as you've got plenty of health, you shouldn't have too much of an issue. Anyways, I want to clear this little area of coffins. And grab the gold. And there's also some ammo to be found in here as well. But yeah, I'm getting the gold at the moment. Yeah, there's an ammo crate in there. which I'm going to grab, and then I kind of just go back and make sure I've gathered all the ammo, as you're going to see in a minute. Yeah, I just go back to see if I've got all the ammo, to make sure I've not missed anything, because, yeah, I'm kind of OCD like that. Not OCD enough to get 5 stars though. But anyways, this section can be pretty lethal, because as you can see, there's one of those guys lurking right round the corner, and they can be nasty, very nasty. And there's a lot more of these guys here, and ideally you want to use the Electrodriver combo. There's some Electrodriver ammo down there, but I didn't really grab it, and instead decided to use the flamethrower. But yeah, the Electrodriver combo works really well here, and the flamethrower as well. Those are basically the weapons you'll be using for the most part in this section, just to kill them very quickly. But yeah, I didn't have much Electrodriver ammo at the time, and yeah, I didn't really go to get the ammo like an idiot. But if you do get the ammo, then it can be pretty handy. There you go. Now you've got enough ammo to do it. But yeah, I took the bottom section first, which makes things a lot harder. Don't make the mistake that I made, let's put it that way. And take the top section first, as you've got the dual pistol guys. And yeah, those guys can be pretty deadly, as I think they attack more often than the regular gunmen, like pirate gunmen. But yeah, there's a lot of ammo to get in there, and yeah, I missed out on some coffins there, but it's no big deal. I'm going to go to the final area of this level. Yeah, this is a pretty short level, but like I said, there's going to be a lot of secrets to pick up in this level, so that's basically what most of this level consists of. It's what I like to call the treasure hunting level. And yeah, the title of the video is perfect. Well, the subtitle of this video is perfect to describe what this level is. But yeah, anyways, there's more slaves here, and yeah, these guys got a little bit too close. And what you want to do is pull them over here, because as you can see, there's a crack in the ground over there, and they can't go through that crack, but you can, because you can jump over it. And basically you want to go with the Boltgun and the heater here, and basically lure the enemies, and yeah, you can kill them pretty easily. I mean, this section would be really difficult if it wasn't for this one little exploit, and yeah, this exploit makes this section a lot easier. And yes, you're going to fight another variant of pirates here. I think you've fought them with the Voodoo Priest, and these are the melee versions, and yeah, these guys are not too deadly. They just have swords, and they're basically another variant of, well, I'm not going to say reskin because I think that's a bit cruel, but they're basically the same thing as the Arabian warriors from the original Painkiller. And yeah, that's basically the gist of them. So yeah, there's some bossmen that come in, and they like to mix things up a little, so you want to get the shotgun freezer out and start shooting them with that. And yeah, I kind of missed the freezer with this guy a little bit, but I eventually got him. And there's a few stragglers, so I'm going to pull them back to here, and I'm going to finish them off. And yeah, that's basically it, really. There's not much to say about this level other than that. It's a very short level, gameplay-wise. Well, not gameplay, but combat-wise. Like, it is pretty short. There's really not much to it. It all comes down to that minecart section. That's the tough part, and the first part of the level, which is also pretty tough. Like, the first part and the minecart section are the toughest parts, if you ask me. And maybe dealing with those voodoo guys as well, that can be pretty tough, but other than that, this level isn't too difficult. But yeah, anyways, it's time to go treasure hunting, or spelunking, if you want to call it that, because that's basically what this level's all about. There's tons of secrets in this level, and I'm just going to skip to them because I don't want to have to like show you me walking around for like ages. This is going to be a long video, like otherwise, so I decide, yeah, I'm just going to do this instead. So I'm just basically showing you the way there, and yeah, this is me going through the first two areas where there's that kind of like fortification or something, I don't know what it was, but basically, you know, where you were shooting enemies with, where I was shooting the enemies with Demon Morph and all that lot. Yeah, it's basically that area. And the first area where you do that, you're really not going to find any secrets there, so you really don't want to waste time going around there. But this area, you're going to find a lot of secrets, and this is the area where you jump over with the cart, so it's easily missed. But there's quite a few secrets here, so I'm going to show you exactly where they are. There's some more secrets. So yeah, you can get tons of gold, and there's another one up here, which is on the opposite side of the last secret we got. And you have to basically jump onto this phallic rock and get onto this little platform here. And then I'm going to show you how to get out of here, or onto the other area over here. Now, there's quite a few secrets over here, but I'm not going to get them. Instead, I'm just going to get the easier secret, which is over here. And yeah, it's not on that one, it's on this one. Yeah, you see that glowing gold thing? Yeah. It's the first passage you go through with the minecart. Well, the second minecart, that is. And yeah. There's also some gold that can be gotten from this box over there, so I'm going to grab it once I get across. And yeah, the secret is up these stairs, so it's pretty easy to get. But yeah, that's pretty much all the secrets I'm going to show. I'll just leave it up to you guys to find the rest of them for yourselves, so just have fun doing that. Anyways, that's the end of this level, so I'll see you guys later.